don't see how we can grow unless we up our game on social media. I don't have time to manage all those different platforms. I have enough jobs around here, and we don't have money to hire someone to manage it. But
do you like the hatching of new desire? Do you like the refinement that your life causes within you, the always asking for more? And are you at one with the idea that there will always be a new asking to which you are not quite up to speed? Do you get it, that that's what eternalness is really all about? So your life is serving you well then, yes? Because it's causing frequent hatches of new desires. And so are you patient about the desire that is not manifested? Well, we don't want you to become complacent about it. But when you understand that if this time-space reality has caused you to focus a desire into being, it can be what you want to call a see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it reality. In other words, it doesn't just have to be a dream that you feel good about. It can be a reality that you sleep with, or park in your garage, or in other words, we want desires to be born, but we want you to be all right with the desire that hasn't manifested fully, because we want you to be satisfied with the early manifestations of your desires. And what are the earliest signs of manifestations? More ideas coming, more ideas coming. The contrast, of course, is the earliest of all. The contrast is what gives birth to it. But once you've given birth to it, you've got to begin to line up with it. Otherwise, you can't realize it. You won't recognize it. You can't sniff it out. You can't be on the trail of it. You can't want it and doubt it and be moving toward it. When you want it and doubt it, you're moving away from it. When you want it and feel nervous about it, you're not allowing yourself to be in the receptive mode of realizing it. And the reason that that word realize is such a good word is because your path is being revealed to you all the time. In other words, the source within you knows what you've asked for and knows where you stand in relationship to what you've asked for, and is giving you continual guidance about how to close that gap between the wanting it and the full realization of it. You have come into these physical bodies because you expected full realization of ideas. That's why it is a time and space reality. That's why you have these physical senses to translate the realism into its fullest form. You're following us? So when a vibration is translated by you, the first thing that happens is you'll have a thought about it, and in the moment that the thought comes, you'll have an emotional manifestation, which is the indicator of how on pitch you are vibrationally with your desire. Now, your desires you launched incrementally. You moved through life, have been for quite a while. You even had launched desires about your future life experience, even before you came into this physical body. So there was a well-imagined path already in place that you intended to come into this body, integrate with others, and realize fully through all of your physical senses. So when you got here, your physical senses were working so well, you didn't even realize that you were an expert vibrational translator. You just thought that you were seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching. You didn't realize that you were translating vibration into a reality. Well, you've been banging around here for quite a long time, and there are so many people who still don't realize that this is a vibrational universe and that you are first and foremost vibrational. And because most don't realize that you are vibrational, then most try to control the environment through action, through behavior, mostly through controlling others to get others to conform to your idea of what you want. But it's really a rare person who really gets it, that you are a vibrational being who has the ability to control your vibrational output through focus. And that when you control your vibrational output, you also control what comes into you in terms of a realized life. Because the law of attraction, the most powerful law in the universe, really the one we talk about mostly, says that whatever you are vibrationally emitting is what is coming back to you. Because in your emanation, you set a vibration that equals your receiving. Now, we have not said that to you before. Do you know that you set your receptive mode by your transmission mode? What you focus on is how you focus your dial. So you can't be saying one thing and getting another. You can't be thinking one thing and getting another. You can't be feeling one thing and getting another. The universe does not hear your words. The universe is responding to your vibrational output. So as you are offering this signal based upon what you are giving your attention to, whether it is in the past as you are remembering it, or in the present as you are observing it, or in the future as you may be imagining it, it doesn't matter. You're doing it right now. It's causing you to emit a signal now. That signal equals your point of attraction now, and the whole universe is queued up to respond to that vibration. Now, the reason that we want to talk to you about vibration is not because we want you to be guarded about it right here, right now. In the beginning of you listening to us, so often you would realize that you do create your own reality. And first you would say, oh, good. And then you would say, oh, no, because you realized you did not really have steady control of what you're emitting. And then some of you, as we said, you create your own reality, began going, cancel, cancel, trying to suck things back before the universe got hold of them and delivered them to you in full manifested form. But now you are beginning to realize that you have leeway, that yes, you're offering vibration about wanted and unwanted, but you stand in a stable place. And so mostly what we want you to take away from this conversation is that you can be more practiced than most of you are being. And the thing that would help you to emit the vibration, the one you want to emit, meaning the one that you want to be answered, the easiest way to do that is by caring, really caring about how you feel. Because when you care about how you feel, you're alert to your emotions. You're alert to your emotions, which are your guidance system. Your guidance system, which is giving you constant in the moment feedback between what you've asked for. Another way of saying that is all that you have already vibrationally become, and what you're allowing yourself to realize in its full manifested form. That is as clear as we've ever said it. In other words, you want to be aware of that gap. And you don't need to think about closing it tightly all the time, because you can't. Life is causing you to expand continually. You're never going to completely close that gap. So here's how it works. You sift through life. You know what you don't want, which causes you to know what you do want. You emit a signal about it. And vibrationally speaking, you become an integrated being with that new desire that you have discovered. Vibrationally speaking, you become it. We're going to stand over here in the vibrational spot, in what we call the vortex or the vibrational reality. You have become this newly improved version. Life caused you to become it. Oh, you haven't manifested it yet, most likely. It's a new idea to you. It's a new idea that isn't all that familiar. It's a new and improved idea. But the larger part of you, the non-physical part of you that existed before you came into this body, that still exists in the non-physical realm, even though you were here in this body, that part of you became that newly improved, that newly expanded vibrational version that life just caused you to become. But you're probably still standing over here in the same beliefs. Beliefs just a thought you keep thinking. It's a habit of thought. Standing over here in the same beliefs that you held when you launched that rocket. You're not ready to believe in your ultimate prosperity. Life caused you to want more money, but you don't believe in the more money that life just caused you to ask for. If you believed in it, it would be flowing into your experience. So we began talking about this vibrational reality. And we called it your vortex. We wrote a whole book about it, wanting you to realize, wanting you to accept that there is a vibrational version of you that you may or may not, usually not completely, be up to speed with. And that vibrational version of you is calling you toward it. It's calling because law of attraction is focused upon that new and improved version of you. And law of attraction is summoning all cooperative components to it. The question is, are you a cooperative component to your own desire? And the answer to that in many cases is no, not yet. I do not believe this thing I want. I'm giving lip service to it. Life keeps showing me that I want it, but we're speaking from your perspective, often so wrapped up in the observation of what is, because after all, I can see what is, I can hear what is, I can smell it and taste it and touch it. What is so vivid. What is so vivid. Most of my vibration is about what is. And we want to say to you, that's a bit of a problem, because if what is so vivid, you give your attention only to what is can't change much. It's slow going. Have you noticed? So you've got to let go of what is a bit. You've got to stop telling it like it is and begin telling it as you want it to be. You've got to lighten up. You've got to stop defending what is as if there is someone standing there saying, why is that? All right, your mother did do that to you, didn't she? How'd you get there? What are you doing there? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why did you do that? Why aren't you further down the road? You've heard those questions. And you've developed a pattern of answering them that comes out in your personality, like defending yourself or like justifying yourself or like rationalizing. And we want you to cut that out, because every minute you spend in defense is a moment in resistance, not in allowing. It's in resistance, not in receiving. It's in resistance to the path that is calling you, and that's why you feel negative emotion. So some things you want to know. First, if the path were not calling you, you would never feel resistance. Next, if you hadn't asked for stuff, the path wouldn't be calling you. So if you weren't mixing it up and expanding, then there wouldn't be an improved version of you calling you forward. But since there is, and since you can't change that, since you are eternal beings, since there is a source within you, since there is a source within you who knows all that you have become, who is calling you and other cooperative components to these focused points of realization. You rendezvousing with the things along your path, that's what life really is. You see, it's not just the final destination that you're rendezvousing with. You're rendezvousing with all the fun along the way. You get to rendezvous with the new idea. You get to rendezvous with the new and improved version. You get to rendezvous with the others who are ready to play with you. That's what you signed up for. That's what you wanted. That's what you said you are about. You are deliberate creators, genius creators, here in the best environment ever, launching rockets of desire all day, every day, and often holding yourself back from what you have expanded to be.
What's going on, family? Welcome, welcome, welcome back to another Woke Wednesday here with me. Hold on, I just there we go. Perfect. So you guys can see me. How is everyone doing this evening? Drop a 7 in the chat if you are feeling grateful, if you are feeling abundant, if you are feeling incredible today. I hope you guys really, really listened to Abraham, Esther, because this is the topic that I'm going to speak on tonight. And it's really super important that you really understand how you receive things in this life, how you gain the things that are in your physical reality, how you encounter certain people in your life. I'm just going to make the brightness on here a little brighter, because we are in control of it. And sometimes it's a little hard to understand for a lot of people that we control our environment, we control our reality, right? Sometimes that's a little hard to understand, but that's the truth of the matter. And if you've been on Woke Wednesdays before, or if you've just studied personal development or manifesting, Bob Proctor, there's so many other people out there that speak upon this topic, you'll understand this is how we gain the things that we want in our lives. So as Abraham was speaking before, the name of that video was Let Go of What Is and Begin Telling It as you want it. Right? So if you're currently in a reality that you're not in love with, right? If you're personally living in a lifestyle that you aren't happy with, you have the ability to change it, and you put yourself there, right? So how do you change that? How do you change that? Are you patient about the desire that hasn't been manifested yet? I took that from Abraham. You could write that one down and ask yourself that question. Are you patient about the desire that hasn't manifested yet? Because everything is already out there. Nothing is created. Everything is just manifested. Every single thing that you want and every single thing that you desire is already created. God, source, whatever you want to call it, has already created that. You just have to go and manifest it into your reality. You have to attract it into your life. Exactly, Robert. It's not about the when, and it's not about the how. It's really not. Yes, Eddie. Yes. I'm going to read this for everybody on IG Live. Energy can never be created nor destroyed. Right? Energy can never be created nor destroyed. That's a super, super important concept to understand. Right? Shayna. Sorry, my puppy is just being a puppy. I was listening to Neno in the morning. Shout out to Neno. How many of you guys watch Neno in the morning? 9 a.m. Eastern every morning. He has a YouTube channel, so you guys can go check it out if you don't know, but you guys should really be tapping into Neno. He spits some bars, and Neno doesn't come up with this stuff out of his mind, right? Hold on one second. Neno doesn't just like come up with this stuff. He has studied different authors, read different books. He's studied different books like Tools and the Bible and different influencers and motivational speakers, right? And all of that, he's built a collection of knowledge, and that's what he teaches. And that's pretty much what I do and what most motivational speakers speak about, what so many people talk about. It's all the same information, just perceived and given out in a different way, right? So Neno this morning, if you guys were on the call, he was talking about the 5 levels of self-talk. And this totally ties into the word, how you speak, and how the words that you speak create your reality. Right? And create the person that you want to be. We create the image that we portray. Right? So the 5 levels of self-talk, and I'm going to spit them for you guys again in case you guys weren't on Neno in the morning. What's up, Donnie? What's up, everybody? So you guys want to get out a pen and a paper because they're really, really super important. The first level of self-talk is negative acceptance. Negative acceptance is when you're unaware and you use words like I can't or I wish, right? When we speak to the universe, phrases like I can't do that, I can't work out, I can't learn this skill set, I can't be in a loving relationship, that's what you're going to receive. You're telling the universe what you desire, what you want, what you believe, right? So using the words I can't or I wish is telling the universe what you're lacking. And when you talk about what you lack, that's what you're going to receive, more lack. I wish I had more money. Well, that just means you don't have money, right? The second level of self-talk is recognition and need to change, right? So this is when you're understanding that you're in a phase of your life that maybe you'd like to change, right? This is when you're using words like I need to or I should, right? And this is still negative. This is negative self-talk because you're still speaking in a lack mindset. You're still telling the universe that you don't have, right? So instead of using the words I need to or I should, try changing that with I am working on. Like, let's just say, for instance, you say, I really need to start waking up earlier. That means you're not. So you have to say, I'm working on getting up earlier, right? The third level of self-talk is decision to change. So now you've become aware that you need to make a change, and now you're in the decision phase, right? So now you are using words like, I am no longer having a problem with, because now you've clearly made that decision in your subconscious and in your conscious to make a change. So now I no longer have a problem with waking up late, right? Number 4, the better you. This is where you're now using words like I am. This is affirmations. This is now where you're in the point in your journey where you're saying to yourself, I am waking up early. I am making money consistently. I am confidently speaking in front of crowds. I am whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you desire. I am. Become what you want to see. Become who you want to be. You have to become before you receive. And that's a little bit of a tough thing to understand too. Like, how can I become what I'm not? But that's the problem right there. You are. You are. So stop telling yourself you're not and step into the person that you are. All it takes is action, because you know in your mind's eye who you want to be. You dream about the person you want to be. You can see it. You can see yourself walking on stages. You could see yourself withdrawing thousands of dollars. You can see yourself going to the Ritz-Carlton instead of the Hilton. You can see yourself doing all of these things. Why aren't you becoming that person? Right? Stop telling yourself you can't. Start doing. Start surrounding yourself with people who are doing those things. Start listening to more audios. Start feeding your subconscious what it needs to grow. Just like we need to feed our muscles protein to grow, we need to feed our minds personal development in order to grow. So the fifth level of self-talk is universal affirmation. Universal affirmation. And what does this mean? Put the spirit into it, right? Start becoming, as I said before, put the spirit into it. Believe, faith. Faith is believing in what is not yet there, what you cannot see yet. Have faith, believe. This is that universal affirmation. Continue with those I ams. I am successful. I am aware. Let the universe know what it is that you desire so that you can receive. If you're telling yourself, yes, be, do, have, be, do, have, be, do, receive, right? If you're telling yourself, I can't, I don't have, again, you're speaking lack. You're speaking lack. Our words are so important. It's so important the way we speak to the universe, how we speak about ourselves, how we speak about others. And I'm still working on this, guys. Like, I catch myself all the time. Like, you know, Shauna even knows, like, shout out my girl, Shauna. Like, I will catch myself going to like gossip because, you know, I'm a girl and, you know, we gossip sometimes, but like, I will catch myself going to gossip and I'm like, okay, wait, I can't talk anything about this person because this is their trauma and I have to be aware and I have to understand that they're going through something and this is not something that I should be putting my energy into, because what happens when you put your energy onto something? That thing grows. So when you're speaking negatively about someone else, when you're speaking lack, that is what's going to grow. That's what's going to become abundant. That's what you're going to receive. Right? I don't want people talking about me. So why am I going to talk about them? Right? Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's something that we're always taught. You know, don't speak about people the way you wouldn't want to be spoken about. It's what we're always taught. But we forget about that somewhere along the line. But if you want to expand, if you want to grow as a spiritual being, because as you guys know, this is a human physical experience that we are having as a spiritual being. So I personally believe that we experience different types of realities. But as a human, we have to experience certain things so that we can learn, and that's so that we can grow. Right? So we have to understand what it is that we're doing, what it is that we're saying, so that we can grow, so that we can expand to a higher level of consciousness. Right? So just like Abraham was saying, you cannot want something and doubt it at the same time. You cannot want something and doubt it at the same time. That's conflicting. That's like leveling the playing field. How could you want something and doubt it at the same time? It's canceling each other out. Right? You can't want something and doubt it. You have to want something and believe in it. You have to want something and have faith in it. You have to want something and speak your truth about it and become it, right? If you're wanting something and you're doubting it, you're not in the receptive mode. You're in the total opposite. You're going to continue receiving lack. You're going to continue getting what you already don't want. So choose belief over doubt. We receive what we put out. Energy is flowing constantly. Everything is vibration, everything is energy. So what we put out is what we receive. If we put out negativity, if we put out lack mindset, if we put out gossip and hatred, what are we going to get back? The same type of energy, because everything is on frequencies. So when you're vibrating on a specific frequency and you're vibrating negatively and you're on that frequency, right? You're on this frequency and you're speaking negative, you're only able to receive negative back. You're giving out negative, you're only able to receive negative. But if you're giving out positive, you're only able to receive positive. That doesn't necessarily mean that things aren't going to happen to you, because things happen all the time, but it's how you respond to those things, right? How do you respond to the things that happen in your life? Because nothing happens to us. Everything happens for us. Everything happens for us for a lesson to be learned, right? You get to, and this is how we speak, you get to experience certain things. You get to experience certain circumstances, even if they're not favorable to you. Why? Because there's a lesson to be learned, even if you don't understand it right now. Even if you don't understand it right now, somewhere along the line, you're going to be like, oh, I get it now. I know why I had to go through that, because I'm going through something now. And if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be aware of what I'm going through now, and it wouldn't be able to help myself. I wouldn't be able to help this person because I didn't go through that. So be grateful and be aware and understand that everything that happens in our lives happens for us, not to us. Big, big difference. And utilizing the phrase I get to instead of I have to is so huge. I just started implementing this phrase into my speech, and sometimes I catch myself saying like, oh, I have to wake up at 6 a.m. or I have to do this or whatever it is that I'm doing. And then I rephrase it like, no, I don't have to do anything. I get to. I get to experience this. And that's a really big thing that I had to realize too, is like, I get to experience all of these different things, right? We become what we think about most of the time. Our thoughts are energy. What we put out, we receive, right? But our thoughts are energy. So we become what we think about. And I'm just reading a piece of my notes. Has anybody read As a Man Thinketh? As a Man Thinketh, or Power of Awareness? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what you think is who you are, what you're going to become, right? Our thoughts control our actions, which in turn create our reality. So what we think about is what we take action on, right? If you're thinking about school, let's say you're in college and you're thinking about school, what are you going to do? Go to class, right? And what is that going to do? Get you a degree. What is that going to do? Blah, blah, blah. The story goes on. Our thoughts control our actions, right? Let's just say, you're thinking a lot about a person. What do you think you're going to do? Maybe call that person, maybe text that person, maybe meet up with that person. Our thoughts create our actions, control our actions. We have to believe completely and fully in our desire. Without the belief, without the faith, you can't proceed on. You can't pursue what it is that you're looking for. Right? You have to have that belief, that faith. Right? Because again, what we think about, if we think about it and become emotionally attached to that thought, what happens? You become, it becomes a part of your subconscious. And when something becomes a part of your subconscious, you begin to take action without even realizing it. And this happens in little steps, right? This happens in little steps. When you get a thought and you get emotionally involved in that thought or idea, it goes and seeps into your subconscious mind, and then you start moving in a certain way. You become you get put on, a certain frequency. You start vibrating on a different frequency. And what is that going to do? It's going to put different things into your path. It's going to put different opportunities in your way. It's going to bring different people into your life, right? Be specific in what you're asking for. Sometimes you're not going to receive what it is that you are asking for. But again, you don't know what that thing is going to maybe bring into your life. Maybe you're asking for more, I don't know, better people in your life, right? And you meet someone and it's not that person, but that person introduces you to somebody and that's the person you were looking for, right? So always stay open-minded and don't ever turn down opportunity. Don't ever turn down the opportunity to meet someone. You might get a phone call from someone that says, "Hey, I have this event going on and I really want you to come." And you're like, nah, I don't really feel like it. But you've been asking for better business opportunities in your affirmations. But somebody asks you to go to an event or go to a dinner and you turn it down. But that could have been, you don't know who you're going to meet at that dinner. You don't know who you're going to meet at that event that's going to give you what you've been asking for. Right? So awareness is the key. Becoming aware of how you're speaking, your affirmations, become aware of what you desire, act as if, and then receive. And this isn't lying, guys. This is not lying. Acting the part, acting as if is not lying. Because that's how you truly feel. That is your inner self. That is your higher being. Right? You're just doing your best at expressing it. When meanwhile, all this time you've been putting on an actual act for the people around us to try to fit in or feel comfortable. Right? Sometimes fitting in is not cool. It's not the best way to go about life. You want to be unique. Source created us all for different intentions, to experience different things in life. So act as if. Act as if you're the person in here, because the person in here is the person in here. This, the way we act in certain groups, is the portrayal of what we think people want to see. It's not who we truly, truly are. And I know a lot of you resonate with this, even if you don't want to admit it. We put on acts for like different groups of people that we hang out with, right? We do. Even if it's slight. You want to appease the people you're around for the most part. You want to fit in. You want to feel comfortable. But if you were true to yourself, you would be the same person in every group of people that you meet. Right? So become aware and act as if. Our level of belief, going back to belief, guys, because I failed to mention this before, our level of belief determines our level of success. So if you believe truly that you are abundant, you are successful, you are at peace, you are a person of influence, and you really believe that and you repetitively tell yourself that, then that is the person that you will be. That will determine your level of success. How many of you have gone to apply for a job and you didn't have the credentials to get that job, but you went in there and you were like, I got this. I look the part. I know this. I know that. I might not have the degree, but like they don't have to know that. I could talk it. I could do it. I could walk, talk, and act the part. And you got the job. That's happened to me before, straight up. That's happened to me before because my belief level was so strong in the person that I am and that I could accomplish it and be the person they wanted me to be. That determined my level of success. Right? Speak your reality. Speak it. Speak it verbally, like actually speak it. I know you might like seem crazy, maybe, but like crazy is unique and crazy is what's going to get you to where you want to be, right? We all got to be a little crazy sometimes. It's okay. It's okay to be crazy. It's okay. You could talk to yourself. I won't call you crazy. I talk to myself. Every night before bed, I talk to myself out loud. Right? Sometimes I'll be like listening to my affirmations and I'll be speaking them out. Because the universe needs to hear you. You need to put that energy out there. Our words are vibration. Right? Our words are vibration. So when we speak, we're on a frequency. We're vibrating. Speak your reality. Believe that it's true and you're going to get everything that you want. Right? I'm reading the book Power of Awareness. I know it's like blurry. Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. If you guys aren't in my book club, you totally should be. So get at me if you want to be in the book club. But anyway, we're reading Power of Awareness right now. And this is something that Neville Goddard brought up in the chapter that I read the other day. And I spoke about this on the call that we did on Monday night. The law of assumption. And it really ties into self-talk and how you perceive yourself and how you portray yourself and your belief level. The law of assumption. What is assumption? An assumption builds a bridge of incidents that lead inevitably to the fulfillment of itself. And I'll repeat that. An assumption builds a bridge of incidents that lead inevitably to the fulfillment of itself. What does that mean? That means that when you, how many of you have heard this before? Assume the position. Assume the part. I'm sure you have. Right? Now I need to read the chat. Wait. Yeah. Well, assumption, law of assumption is legit. When you assume, I'm talking more about like yourself, like your self-image, okay? When you assume the part When you assume the position, you're telling the universe you're ready to receive that. You're telling the universe that you're ready for that. When you start to assume, when you start to believe, when you start to put out that vibration, expect, yes, when you start to expect instead of wish, right? That's like being definite about something instead of being uncertain. We have to be certain in our desire. We have to be certain in what we're putting out. I know, I am. It's already happening, right? Like I said before, opportunities are going to start to come your way, whether you notice them really or not. People are going to start coming into your life. Different things are going to start to happen, different incidents that are going to lead to the fulfillment of that thing, meaning the attraction of it. So be wise in what you're putting out. Be wise in the words you're speaking, right? And with that being said, I really hope you guys got a lot out of this training tonight. And for most of you who know about Woke Wednesday, you know that we like to get at peace before the end of the call. So we're going to meditate. Yay. So I have a 10-minute meditation. We did this one last time, but I love it so much. So we're going to do it again because repetition is key, right? So if everybody wants to get in a comfortable position, feel free to turn your camera off if you want to close your eyes. Maybe get yourself grounded, take a deep breath. Maybe dim the light if you feel that you want to. And I am going to share my screen. And we're going to get started.
Having a bad prospecting day? Introducing Lucia, the easiest.
All right, guys.
Before you
The
start
ads,
your
I know.
manifestation meditation, clarify a particular goal or vision you would like to manifest into your reality. Do this visualization often and you will enhance the power of the manifestation process. When you are ready, either sit or lie in a position that is comfortable for you and take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs with air and exhale. Really feel your feet or back in contact with the surface beneath you. Feel supported and safe and know that you can fully let go now. Take another deep breath in and tense your whole body as tightly as you can. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Breathe deeply in again and tense your whole body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And last time, breathe deeply in and tense your whole body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Take a moment to feel your center and enjoy a sense of stillness within you. As you lie or sit where you are, allow the vision of your goal to come into your mind. Really see your goal in all its detail, in full color, high definition, a crystal clear moving image of exactly what it is you want. Now, step into your body within this moving image and be fully present, as if it is your current reality. See your goal happening all around you and within you, as if it is already manifested into your life. Look around you through these new eyes and feel your new reality. Experience everything, from how your body feels to the emotions within your heart, to all the changes in your physical world. Really feel how this new reality feels to you, how wonderful it is. What is happening? How are you feeling? How are you being? How are you thinking? How does your world look around you? Take the time now to really live this goal of yours and all the joy it brings you. Allow these good feelings to ripple through your whole body, permeating every inch of your being with an abundant, glowing sensation. With each wave of these joyful feelings, you are sealing your contract with the universe that this goal will be manifested. As this new vibration is instilled within you, feel the calm elation of knowing that your new chosen reality is now in escrow and that it is coming to you in divine right timing. It is done. You can now let go and trust. You are abundant. You are powerful. You are miraculous. As this meditation draws to a close, take a moment to feel gratitude that this new goal is now being realized into your life. Thank you. When you are ready, become fully present in your body and open your eyes. This is Jess from Live the Life You Love, supporting you to manifest your dreams, and I love you.
Okay, guys, feel free to open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, your toes, start to come back to your body. Maybe take in one last deep breath in. Thank you so much for another incredible week of Woke Wednesday. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for hopping on almost every week. I'm glad to see some old faces, some new faces. Super excited to be here, sharing my vision, sharing my knowledge with you guys. I love every single one of you. Have an incredible rest of your night.